So what does the future of health and wellness really look like in one of the world's fastest moving markets? Let me tell you, it's not just about hospitals and medicine anymore. We're talking about a total revolution in how we think about living a good life. All right, let's get right into it. Welcome everyone to Salon. For this explainer, we are unpacking an absolutely incredible piece of research. It's called the 2026 Big Health New Trends Insight Report, and it comes from the data intelligence pros at Data Story. Now, this isn't just some casual survey. They analyzed a full decade of data and millions of social media conversations to build a roadmap for the future. So, yeah, let's see what they uncovered. Okay, and if you take away just one thing today, it should probably be this. This is the single biggest idea, the core shift that changes absolutely everything. We are moving away from that old reactive mindset, fixing things when they break, to a proactive one of constantly managing our health and preventing problems before they even start. This right here, this is the new definition of health. So, here's how we're going to break it all down for you. First, we'll look at the decade that got us here. Then, we'll check the pulse of what's happening right now. After that, we'll peek over the horizon to 2026. And finally, I'll wrap it all up with the three biggest, most important takeaways. Sound good? Let's go. All right, first up, a decade of change. To really get where we're going, you have to appreciate the sheer scale of the transformation that's already happened in China's health industry since 2015. This is where the foundation for the future was built. I mean, just look at this timeline. The pace of change is just wow. Back in 2015, that's our starting point. Just 3 years later, by 2018, AI is already shaking up pharmaceutical research. Then, of course, the pandemic hit in 2020 and put everything on hyperdrive. And now we're seeing generative AI go from a cool idea to a real commercial tool in healthcare. It's been a wild ride. So, what fueled all this change? Well, you guessed it, money. A lot of money. We're talking a 124% jump in national health spending in less than 10 years. That's over 9 trillion yuan. That isn't just growth, that's like strapping a rocket to the entire industry. And it's not just cash being poured in. This is the human side of that investment. The workforce itself, doctors, nurses, technicians, you name it, grew by almost half. That means millions more professionals, which ultimately means care is becoming way more accessible for everyone. Now this number, this one really stopped me in my tracks. A nearly 230% increase in what they call health literacy. This is the proof in the pudding for that big idea we talked about at the start. People are no longer just passive patients. They're becoming educated, active managers of their own health. And that is a total game changer. So, who's footing the bill for all this? Well, this chart shows a really fascinating shift. You might think it's all coming out of people's pockets, but actually that personal burden is going down. The biggest chunk now is social health expenditure. Think insurance, company plans, that sort of thing. It's a really good sign of a healthier, more mature system taking shape. Okay, so we've seen the big picture. The money, the infrastructure, the rising literacy. But what does that actually look like on the ground? What are people really worried about day to day? To find that out, we have to go where the real conversations are happening, social media. And check this out. This is so telling. The number of posts about health, it barely moved, just up 2%. But look at the interaction, the likes, the shares, the comments. That's skyrocketed by 23%. That tells you people aren't just scrolling past this stuff. They are diving in, they're debating, they're getting deeply involved. And what's really cool is that each platform kind of has its own health personality. You've got Weibo, which is a bit more scientific, focused on nutrition and preventative care. Then there's Douyin, which is all about the real-life struggles, sleep anxiety, chronic pain. And Xiaohongshu has become this amazing hub for women's health, mental wellness, and even modern takes on traditional remedies. And if you want one perfect example of a major cultural shift, look no further. This single hashtag, which translates to "eat to be slim, don't starve," has over 127 billion plays on Douyin. I mean, that's just insane. It perfectly captures this massive move away from extreme punishing diets and toward a smarter, more sustainable approach to health. Okay, so we've seen the past and we've got the pulse of the present. Now for the really fun part. Let's look over the horizon at the 8 major trends the report says will define the entire health and wellness world by 2026. This is the big question, isn't it? After crunching all that data, After listening to all those human conversations, where is all this headed? What are the biggest opportunities and the most profound changes coming next? And here they are, the 8 golden trends for 2026. You've got social-emotional healing. Basically, mental health is now just health. Modernized Chinese wellness, blending ancient wisdom with new tech. AI-driven hyper-personalization, your health plan made just for you. Then we have prevention-focused consumption, upgraded senior health tech, precision skincare, a huge focus on metabolic health, and finally, the rise of rehabilitation. Together, they paint a really complete picture of our future. Whew, okay, that was a lot, I know. So let's boil it all down. What are the 3 absolute core takeaways from all of this? The things you really, truly need to remember? Here's the bottom line. Number 1, mind-body unity. Your emotions aren't some fluffy side note anymore. They're a hard currency in health. Number 2, tech-enabled everything. AI is the secret sauce that's going to make hyper-personalized health a reality for everybody, not just the wealthy. And number 3, prevention is king. The goal is shifting from just treating disease to actively tuning our bodies for peak performance. It's a whole new mindset. And really, it all comes down to this final, powerful statement, which I think just nails it. The future isn't about who can cure the most diseases. The real competition, the real prize, is about who can help people truly live better, day in and day out. And there you have it, a deep dive into the future of wellness. This has been Salon, prosperous in the year of the horse.